In this video, we are going to add component interactions to make the dashboard interactive. Click on the measure box to look into the same measure by account type on the table component. Select an account type to see the type of opportunities on the list component. First, we are going to make the table component become dashboard selector, which means when a selection is made on the table component, the value will be broadcasted to other components. Other components could choose to consume the value or not. Go to Component Options. On Interaction tab, under Dashboard Selector, select Yes for Instant Apply. This will broadcast the selection right away when a selection happens. Persistent Apply is to continuously apply the selection after another dashboard selection was made. To know more about the persistent interaction, check out the tutorial dashboard. The number is the identifier for the receiving components to know where the data come from. We will assign number 1 to this one. Table component could send two values at the same time. There is a separate group of settings for the second group by field. Select Multiple Selection option to allow multiple selection. Now we have a component to broadcast the selected value. Next we are going to set up the component to receive the selected value. Interaction value is applied directly inside the filter part of the receiving component. Go to the filter portion of the list component options. Add a new filter. Select Field Account Type. Select Equals. In the value part of the filter, select interaction number 1. Remember we assigned number 1 to the table component selector. That's where the number comes from. During the interaction process, interaction number 1 will be replaced with the actual selected value from the table component. The filter here will become account type equals to the selected value. That's how you set up a component to receive the broadcasted value. So far we have connected the table and list component. When a selection is made on the table component, the list component will be refreshed to reflect the table selection. This type of interaction is called data interaction. One component passes a selected value, and other components consume the value as a data filter. Another type of interaction is called metadata interaction. It doesn't pass actual data. Instead, it sends metadata which could be a definition of a list, a measure, or something else to other components. In our next interaction, we are going to make the measure box send its measure definition to the table component. This helps us viewing the same measure from a different group by angle. On the Interaction tab of the measure box options, make it a dashboard selector. Assign number 2 to it. We will do the same on the other measure box to make it a selector. On the receiving side, which is the table component, inside the Interaction tab of options, under Interact With, select Measure Box. Change the interaction number to number 2. In the interaction action, select Replaced with Main Measure. This means when the measure box is clicked, the table component will change from current displaying measure to the newly received measure. Now we could switch the measure between opportunity amount and opportunity count on the table component. Report Upgrade component interaction provides an easy way to filter data on the fly without the need to form a big dataset. It also works between different objects and different data sources. There are many different ways components can interact with each other. We introduced 2 common interactions in this video. To see a full list of possible interactions and setup details, check out the Interactions section in the tutorial dashboard.